Most people think the secret to traveling more is making more money, but it's not. We travel several times a year, visit incredible destinations, and we don't have an unlimited travel budget. We simply have a system. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain and sharing exactly how we travel on a budget, from planning and booking to packing, points, and the everyday habits that save us thousands of dollars every year. If you've ever wondered how ordinary people can afford extraordinary trips, this video is for you. Let's get started. Today I'm going to share with you our 5-point system that helps us travel more while spending less. The first thing we do is we make a plan. We decide how many days we want to go. Usually it's 3 or 4 days because we like to stretch our PTO by using the weekend and then adding a Friday or a Monday. The next thing we do is figure out where we're going to go. We never pick a location first. We let the budget pick the location. If we have points, and usually we do, we see if there's a really good flight with a minimal amount of points. Would you like me to do a video on how we accrue our points? Let me know in the comments below. If we're paying cash for a flight, we'll go to Google Flights and we'll put in our home airport, leave the dates open and leave the destination open, and just see what Google Flights comes up with. The way they have AI integrated now, it's really amazing how quickly you can pick something out. I'll put some video in here to show you what I'm talking about. But you can get flights for as low as $45 one way. And a lot of times that's how we choose where we're going. Sometimes we go back to the same place twice, but there's always more than one thing to do in any location, especially if you're only going for 3 or 4 days. So we book our flights and then we book our hotels. And we do both of these things very strategically. We don't book aspirational locations without a plan. We use points, promo codes, discount, anything we can do to bring that cost down. Most of the time, we pay cash for our flights and we fly on airlines like Breeze, Avelo. We haven't flown Frontier yet, but we do love Breeze and we do love Sun Country. That's a great airline. Or we will use points, and I can tell you more about that later. For hotels, we always use points. The value is just there. We use Hyatt points and sometimes we use Hilton points. We have even used Choice points. Points is the way to go when booking a hotel, unless you can find a really good cash price. Some of our credit cards give us a travel credit every year. One of them gives us a $100 travel credit. So if we find a hotel, we can just subtract that $100 from the total and that comes back to us as a credit. Another card gives us $300 travel credit every year. So we can even use that for some flight. But we book our flights on Google Flights. We typically book them one way, but you can put in round trip too. But you definitely want to make sure you're flying in and out of the same airport. We use points and miles deals very wisely. The way we earn our points is through our everyday spending and through sign-up bonuses. Let me take a minute to explain what that means. A sign-up bonus. A bank will give you a certain amount of points for free if you spend a certain amount of money on their card within a certain amount of time. Most of it goes like this. We will give you 75,000 points if you spend $4,000 on this credit card in the next 90 days. Now you might be thinking, wow, I don't know what I would spend $4,000 on in 90 days. So let me give you some ideas. Your electric bill, your cell phone bill, your car insurance, your groceries, gas, dining, going out to the movies, paying the tolls, paying to park, anything you can use a credit card for, use that card to earn that sign-up bonus. We have even used a credit card to pay our quarterly taxes. Yes, we did have to pay a 3% charge to do so, but to earn 75,000 points, it was worth it. Once you hit that spending, your credit card account will automatically add those points. So you say, okay, I've got these points. Now what do I do with them? The first thing you want to do is see what type of transfer partners that bank has relationships with. They'll have a relationship with airlines and hotels. The next thing you're going to want to do is see which airline and hotel is in the location where you're going. If you pick programs like Choice, Wyndham, Hilton, you most likely will find a hotel within a reasonable amount of distance from where you're going. IHG is another great hotel partner. You go on to the website, you put in the dates you're going and the type of room you want, and then you put in your loyalty number. So you need to go ahead and create a loyalty account. You'll put that loyalty account in and then see how much it'll cost in cash and how much it'll cost with points. More often than not, you're better off using points. but sometimes you can pay cash. Just pay cash with that credit card so you will accumulate more points. So let's say for 3 nights at 20,000 points per night, you need 60,000 points. So you will go into your bank's travel portal, you'll log in, and you'll click on Transfer Points to Partner. So you'll click on the hotel, you'll put in how many points you want to transfer to that partner, and just go ahead and click transfer. Remember, once you transfer points, they're not coming back. So make sure the hotel has the availability and the room you want for the points you're wanting to spend. Then you go back to the hotel portal, you bring up that reservation, and it'll say total 60,000 points. You'll already have those 60,000 points in your hotel loyalty account. Sometimes it may take up to 48 hours for those points to move over from your bank's rewards account to the hotel account. For the most part, it happens pretty quickly. Don't try to spend your points before they land in your hotel account. So that's it. That's all you have to do to travel with points. The same is true for airline. You can go on the airline's website and see how much it is cash and how much it is if you use points. Then if your bank has a relationship with that airline, you do the same thing. You transfer the travel reward points. Some systems call it miles and some call them points. You'll transfer the points or miles over to that airline from your bank's travel portal. Then when you go to book your flight, the points are sitting in your airline loyalty account. When you go to pay for it, you just use your points to pay for it. You can fly business class from the United States over to Europe for as little as 70,000 points or miles. Some people have even found them for 45,000 points or miles all the way to Europe in a business class seat. I am flying over to Spain next year for 45,000 points in business class. So the deals are out there, but you have to be flexible with your dates and sometimes your location. If you have any questions about the points and miles game, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'm happy to answer your questions. The third point, pack smart to avoid extra cost. We all know that airlines right now are charging enormous fees for luggage, especially if you're going to check your luggage. So the best way to keep the budget down with suitcases is to not have a suitcase. We travel carry-on, we have wheeled personal item bags, we have carry-on bags, and we have personal item backpack. You can take 2 personal items and pack for a week. I've made videos on that, but I can make more if you'd like. You can use a carry-on and a fanny pack. You can use a backpack and a tote bag. You can use a carry-on wheeled bag and a backpack or tote. It's really up to you. But as long as you use what is allowed with carry-on or personal item, you avoid that cost. Most budget airlines that we use, especially domestically, you'll need to be able to pack in a personal item only. I have a PDF that shows you the exact measurement for most of the airlines domestically and what the personal item sizes are. I'm going to link that down below and you can check that out. You might even want to print it out so when you're packing for a certain airline, you can just pull that paper out and it'll tell you exactly what size bag to pack. But we have a whole packing system, the 3-3-3 system, the 3 tops, the 3 bottoms, and 3 layering pieces. That's enough to get you a week right there, because you already have a travel outfit. So that's a 4th outfit you can interchange with all of the things you pack. Pack some snacks. Even when you pack personal item only, there's still some room in there for snacks. Pack a refillable water bottle. That way you're not paying for water when you're traveling. Number 4, spend intentionally when you're traveling. We do not buy souvenirs. We cherish memories, experiences over things. We're at that stage in our life when we really don't want to accumulate more. We're more apt to give things away than we are to purchase items. We spend money on tours, museums, sometimes transportation, but most of the time we're walking. Eat like a local. Find out the restaurants that the locals eat at. That's where you want to eat anyway, and it's always less expensive. Use public transportation. Learn the metro system. Use the bus system. But most of the time we walk. Research is your best friend. So get on the Googler and find out what is the best way to get around whatever city you're going to. Number 5, build a travel lifestyle. Dedicate a special fund. Take a percentage of your income and put it away. Instead of a Christmas club fund, it's your travel fund. That way, whenever the deals come around, you're ready to go. Buy quality gear that'll last. We recently did a video on 5 premium items and 5 budget items. And you could see from that video, most of the time we were just fine with the budget item. It worked just great for us. And that's another way to save money. Learn from every trip. Take a small notebook. Make notes. What did I do this time that I want to repeat? What did I do this time that I need to change? Improve your travel system as you go. One more tip. If you use travel credit cards, check out the offers that they have. Also check out the benefits. A lot of them come with lounge access, and that can save you a lot of money. Have you ever purchased a meal at the airport? $6 for a drink? $18 for a hamburger? Forget about it if it's a sit-down dinner. When you can use your lounge access and eat for free, you can have beverages in there, you can even have cocktails, and it's included with your travel credit card. The travel credit card you get is important, so make sure you do your research before diving in. You want to pick a card that's going to give you the most benefit. And I'll tell you right up front that you want a transferable currency card first. What that means is that bank transfers to a lot of different travel partners, hotel partners, and airline partners. You don't want to get a co-branded card first thing. At least that's not my recommendation. A co-branded card is like a specific card for a specific place. Like if you were to purchase a Target card, it would only be valuable at Target. If you applied for a Delta card, it would only give you benefits with Delta. But if you get an American Express card, a Chase card, Citi card, a Bilt card, those cards are going to transfer to all kinds of partners and give you more opportunities to use your points and miles with different partners. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have an American Airlines card, because we absolutely do, but it wasn't our first card. If you would like me to do a video where I outline the system that we use for picking credit cards and why we think it's important to do it in a certain order, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to make it. Plan before you book, use points and miles wisely, pack smart and avoid extra costs, spend intentionally when you travel, build a travel lifestyle. None of these tips alone will completely change your travel budget, but when you combine them into a system, they work together. And that's how we've been able to go on so many trips, travel to so many incredible places while spending less every year. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. We appreciate you sticking with us to the end of this video. We share travel tips, packing videos, and tools for navigating the points and miles ecosystem. If this interests you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.